What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and today we're going to be talking about not being stupid. We have Ivan Moody from Maroon 5 and Adam Levine from Five Finger Death Punch. Oh, you're trying to tell me it's the other way around? I don't think so. I've never looked to either of these individuals as upstanding citizens or people who just seem very down to earth, but in the past week, they've both made pretty extreme comments, both on rock and metal and also hip-hop. And both of those comments, or else all of the comments I suppose that they've made, are out of touch and just ridiculously dumb. Ivan Moody is the lead singer of the metal band Five Finger Death Punch, who make extremely generic, bland, tasteless music that just goes above and beyond in terms of being grating and also trying to pump itself up and be like the soundtrack for the Monster Energy chuggers of the world that are always at the gym, that are always pissed off and have a chip on their shoulder. And on the other side of things, we have Adam Levine, a host on The Voice, a singer for the band Maroon 5, if you can call them a band at this point. They are trend-hopping riders of whatever is exactly successful right now. And Adam Levine made some comments in a Variety interview that I really want to get into, and then Ivan Moody had a radio interview that we're going to break down, and I just feel like they do meet in the middle. It's like at least they found common ground in just being ridiculous. We'll start with Ivan Moody because I feel like he's a little bit easier to break down. Ivan Moody is definitely kind of that meathead that we all know and most of us probably do not care for, and he's being that guy once again in his interview with Rock 108. To give you the TLDR on Moody's comments, he basically went on to say, "I meet these rock guys, these metal guys, and we are very real. You're talking Corey Taylor, Randy Blythe, and myself, Jonathan Davis. These are real dudes, and no way am I gonna walk up to them and talk shit about their wife or their kid." He went on to talk about how these new rappers are soft as butter, his words not mine, and how they carry guns because, they need protection or something, but he carries a gun just because it's his right and he chooses to. A very weird opinion to throw out there randomly, but this interview was about 25 minutes long, and I do not recommend listening to it all unless you really want the context. He also talked about how he felt like Tech N9ne, a rapper that he worked with on Mama Said Knock You Out, a cover of an LL Cool J song that they did a few years ago. And he said working with him was cool and all, but this was a little short guy and he walked in with an Asian assistant, and then went on to imply that about 75% of rappers are basically sissies and how he's not scared of them and would show up at their doorstep if need be. Can we all just share a collective laugh at Ivan Moody, at his expense for this, because he's literally saying that he feels the need, if I need to throw hands, I'll show up at somebody's doorstep, I'm not afraid. He's quite literally the embodiment and the main inspiration for my character that I have, XX Brutal Swag 69XX. I feel like about 80% of his personality is what I feel like Ivan Moody thinks on a daily basis. Then you have Adam Levine in an interview with Variety talking about how rock is essentially dead and how it's dormant, nothing is going on there. Apparently, if there is something happening, then please, somebody show me, because I'm sure that Adam actually wants somebody to sit him down and show all of the great stuff that's going on in rock right now. I'm not a fool. I know that I trash a lot of rap music and also some rock music too, but I know that there's a lot of great stuff that you're not hearing in the mainstream. You have to search a little bit harder, and obviously Adam Levine's not doing that. Instead, he's content to make generic-ass songs with Cardi B, for example, because they couldn't score a hit of their own. Girls Like You was not doing well in its original form, so add Cardi B in for a pointless verse, and you get one of the most bland and safe songs of 2018. Their music has not been at all good since at least Hands All Over. Definitely, probably not since It Won't Be Soon Before Long. I mean, I'm talking about the guys that came from songs about Jane right here. I mean, look at all of them on this back album cover here. They're all wielding their instruments, playing drums, looking like a rock band, and it almost seems like Adam now is throwing that out the window and saying, oh, well, I never really liked rock or anything about alternative or anything like that. We've always been about the hip-hop vibe. We're the cool band, we're still on the charts. And also Grammys, you fucked us because we cornered the market and now you guys aren't giving us Grammys anymore. Adam's exact comments were, rock music is nowhere, really. I don't know where it is. If it's around, no one's invited me to the party. First of all, who the hell would invite Adam Levine to a rock party? I mean, this guy? Really? This ego walking through a door? No. He goes on to say, all of the innovation and the incredible things happening in music are in hip-hop. It's better than everything else. Hip-hop is weird and avant-garde and flawed and real, and that's why people love it. Yes, some of the most prolific scientists and wordsmiths are coming out of the modern trap and rap scene for sure. Little Pump, Trippie Redd, all of these other people that are just doing these wonderful things, Cardi B making these huge statements, I'm sure. That is why Adam Levine and Maroon 5 chose to work with Cardi B, not to ride off of her success, but because they just feel like she's doing these weird things that nobody else is doing. Newsflash, a lot of modern rap, it's doing exactly what everything else is doing. It's incorporating all of the trends. In fact, that's why the majority of songs are sounding the same these days. The biggest quote that I take issue with from this Variety interview is him saying that hip-hop is literally better than everything else. That is a direct quote. It's better than everything else. My God, I mean, I feel like most people, even myself, I love rock, I love alternative. That's probably like my go-to. I love other genres. I love plenty of rap, electronic, pop music, even some experimental stuff, but I'll admit that rock and alternative and that sort of thing, things that fall under that umbrella, that's my forte. But for me to say that it's just inherently, objectively better than everything else, it just feels like kind of a rude statement. And if I've implied that in the past, I'm sorry, I apologize now. Get a load of this final comment though. He says, my goal is to make songs that don't sound dated 10 years later. My main criteria for a song is, can I live with it forever? And if I can, I just don't have the heart to do it. It's that simple. Look at you, Adam Levine. Look at you lying through your fucking teeth and telling us that you're not doing this for the chart success and the money. It's about making songs that don't feel dated. Have you listened to any of your back catalog? I'm talking even stuff like Payphone with Wiz Khalifa. You're telling me that that doesn't sound straight out of 2012? Because it sure as hell is. And you know why that album Overexposed exists, period? It's because the band, more specifically probably Adam, weren't exactly happy with the first week's sales and the chart success of their album Hands All Over in 2010. So what did they do? They collaborated on Moves Like Jagger with Christina Aguilera. He starts to think that he's all that, his ego gets bigger, and then they invite on a rapper because they can't get all the success on their own. And they continue to do that. Instead of just making their own stuff or going out and being avant-garde or whatever, they leech off of people like SZA, Cardi B, and whoever else will agree to collaborate with them for a paycheck. Adam's about to turn 40, and I feel like it's really kind of unfortunate that he has such a dismissive attitude towards many of the things in rock that are actually going on and are very interesting. And I also think it's truly disheartening to see people like Ivan Moody just out here championing rock and saying, this is the best thing. Everybody here, we're the real ones. We're the real bros. We're your friends over here. We're rock and metal, yeah. Suck on a rattling trap hi-hat. Both of you. Anyways, guys, I want to hear from you as well. Sound off your thoughts on Ivan Moody and Adam Levine and their comments on rap and rock in the comment section down below. What do you feel is the dominant genre right now for you? What is taking over your playlists, your listening habits, everything like that? Feel free to start a conversation down there and I'll reply to some of the comments. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and keep in mind that this is all just my opinion and take. Anyways, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, I've got a lot of other music related content, including year-end lists coming down the pipe. And yeah, that's all.